Without further ado, this is the Dream SMP. Did Dream really escape? Hey, no. You're getting way too. Hold on. Let's just go back a sec. Two things before this starts. Let me tell you, boys and girls, I had a different video planned, but I had a whole script written too, and I was like, okay, I'll record this tomorrow. And then guess what happened tomorrow? You know what happened tomorrow? This happened tomorrow, and like that, it ruins everything. 2 days of research, like a week of procrastination, just gone. You know, like two of the theories that I had in the video is just like they don't mean anything anymore. Like it's just over. You know, that hurts a great deal. But I'm too lazy to make a new video, so you're still gonna have this one. Also, I just woke up, so yeah, enjoy.
There was a creeper that spawned inside, and I just threw away my sword.
Oh?
In Ranboo's prison stream, he visits Dream in an attempt to confront him about all the bad things he's caused. And unfortunately for him, things go differently. And the next stream is, well, just as confusing. And in this video, I'm going to attempt to sort out the clues from both the streams, as there seems to be a lot of confusion regarding certain details. The main mystery being if Dream escaped. A lot of details that I believe to be completely unrelated to the actual plot seem to be mixed in with really important moments. So without further ado, this is the Dream SMP. Did Dream really escape? So in order to understand what's actually happened, here's the events in order. Ranboo wakes up in his panic room and it's not really explained why, but knowing how his memory kind of goes crazy sometimes, it's safe to say that he just forgot or something, I don't really know. He then heads to the prison, and as mentioned in other videos, things start to go off the rails here. Firstly, he goes through L'Manberg to get to the prison, which if you don't know is actually further away than his panic room. So he's essentially going out of his way to go out of his way. This is something that I'll touch back on in a minute, but it's really not that important, so yeah, just keep it in your mind, I guess. He then finally gets to the nether portal to travel to the prison, where he meets with Sam. And Sam takes him through all the procedures and searches in order to get to the actual prison. Then something kinda weird happens. Ranboo, who is part Enderman, travels through the water system without being hurt at all. As we all know, this shouldn't be possible without armor. But I'll touch on this later too, so just keep it in your mind as well, I guess. Then he finally gets to see Dream, where at first everything is normal, but then like a child Fortnite dancing in public, things get really confusing and really wrong, and it just makes everyone mad. It's like, why is this happening? You know, it's just a bad situation. Ranboo becomes very stressed and Dream takes advantage of it, and he attempts over time to manipulate Ranboo by talking in the third person and freaking him out in a lot of other ways with like the books, and you know, it's pretty self-explanatory. After he reaches his breaking point, Dream does this.
I'm not even real.
Wait.
In the second clip, Ranboo attempts to visit the prison yet again, and Sam isn't having any of it, with Ranboo acting suspiciously and not remembering anything, and having written some weird stuff in the books. Sam politely asks him to leave. Later on, Sam and Ranboo kind of debate what's going on with him, and then they mutually agree to keep him away from the prison until everything is sorted out.
Sam,
What?
I need you to not let me into the prison.
I'm not going to let you in already, Ron. What do you mean
No.
you need me to not let you in? Obviously,
Don't.
I'm not going to let you in. Look at what you're doing.
Yep. Continue to do that.
And yeah, that's basically it. That's the most like basic summary of the series that you'll probably ever hear. So congratulations. Congratulations. And with that out the way, it's time to talk theories, as well as what's important and what isn't. So I personally believe that up to 60% of the first stream is just full of bugs and red herrings and things that just throw people off. And this is kind of supported by Ranboo's statement, in which he explains that some things just weren't really planned, but they kind of worked out in the end.
Like, there was a bunch of stuff that, like, happened, right? There was a bunch of stuff that happened that we were, like, afterward. We were just like, oh yeah, that actually really makes sense that happened. And that was really cool. We did that on purpose.
With him saying this, it's reasonable to assume that a lot of the actual clues that are being found are just bugs, or are just things that weren't really intentional, but just exist now. So what would those be? Let's start from the top here. Some of these clues are completely unrelated to the stream in its entirety. And well, the first is from Bad's stream.
right? I mean, like, maybe like, how long is your sentence? Do you know how long it is?
That's forever.
Oh. Well, I mean, forever's not that long.
Now when he visits, there's something that a few people have noticed, one of those people being a YouTube channel called cbry. He has a pretty fantastic video as well, so go check it out if you want. In his video, he shows a clip illustrating that during Bad's visit, Dream was missing 6 books, and Dream claimed to have burned the books as they weren't really in his inventory, and he swam in lava to demonstrate that his inventory was empty. So, where are these books? Now, you could go all Sherlock Holmes, Bruce Wayne, forensic files on this mystery if you wanted, but I kind of offer a simpler solution in the fact that, yeah, he burned them. They're gone. They're not there. I watched through the whole visit to see if Dream opened the chests or hid the books anywhere, and I sat through this, and I don't know what it means, but. And yeah, he didn't really hide them anywhere, so how did he get new books? Well, I have a theory for that as well. He told Bad that Sam has to come and replace the clock whenever Dream throws it out, and during the stream, Dream throws out the clock.
You'll do it later.
Oh.
Later he'll come. He'll come and he'll say, "Why did you do it again?"
Now there's a couple hours between Bad and Ranboo's visit, and I think that in between that time, Dream could have asked for new books, as when Ranboo visits, Dream has another clock. So obviously Sam had to come and visit him and give him a new clock, so he could have just asked for books and, Sam would have probably given them to him. The second wacky event that I believe to be a red herring is the long path to the prison. A lot of people don't really know why he went the long way, and I believe that it was mainly because he seemed scared to visit Dream. After all, Dream's only manipulated him over time. He's never actually been Ranboo's friend, so being scared of the green guy is a little bit of an understatement. He was most likely just stalling so that Dream and Sam could actually prepare. If we're talking in canon, we can just say that he was scared and he was stalling for time. Last but not least, Sam's treatment of Ranboo. See, Sam is usually very strict about contraband in the prison, and his demeanor towards those who visit is very flat and monotone, which is intimidating, kind of like how a guard should be. However, he treats Ranboo differently. He said sorry for having to kill him, and he allowed Ranboo to bring his book into the cell. He also jokes around with Ranboo from time to time, so it's obvious that he's being a little more lenient with Ranboo. Now, some people believe that Sam knew what was about to happen, and yeah, he did. He was part of this event, so obviously he knew that something was about to happen. But canonically, he could have been treating Ranboo differently because he knows that Ranboo has memory loss and he wants to treat him with care. There's a lot more things I could go over, such as the fact that Dream's clock doesn't have an item frame, the fact that he could swim in water, the panic room, yada yada yada, but the script is long enough as it is, and we need to move on to actually important evidence because I don't think that any of those things matter. Most of the actual plot is, it's in the plot, In the conversation between Dream and Ranboo, as well as the conversation between BadBoyHalo and Dream, and even with Tommy, Dream demonstrates that he's a master manipulator. Tommy wanted to see this defeated, funny green goblin man sitting in the obsidian walls, and that's exactly what he got to see. While Bad wanted to make sure Dream was okay, and he wanted to see the more human side of Dream, which is also exactly what he got. Ranboo wanted to confront Dream, but Dream could sort of sense his fear, and he exploited it. This clip seems to be the center of attention for a lot of different reasons.
You do.
What do you mean I do? I don't remember.
You do, because I'm you.
Now, I think a lot of people are interpreting this very literally, as in Ranboo being part Dream, but the way I see it, it's more just manipulation. Dream throughout this segment is manipulating Ranboo. He talks about himself in the third person as a way of depersonalizing himself and separating himself from all the bad things he's done. It helps further the belief that the manipulative and disgusting Dream is a different person than the one he was currently talking to. Basically just gaslighting, so yeah, there's a free lesson in language analysis for you, I guess. Anyways, this is just one of the ways that he attempts to manipulate Ranboo, and in the end, he just disappears like a magic trick, bro. He just vanishes, man. And then the vision gets weird and the blocks start falling, and then Ranboo dies to fall damage, which, side note, I don't think that the death was intentional. And a lot of people think that this is going to count as a canon death, but I personally believe that canonically he did not die there. If they wanted to kill him intentionally, then they probably would have just had him fall to his death, like into the void, like, you know, the void messages. But this one just says that he took fall damage, which is fair because he only had half a heart. I think canonically he just blacked out in that room, and that's exactly what happened. Now in his second stream, Ranboo further elaborates on some plot points, even the fact that he seems to remember the encounter.
No, the prison doors crumbled down last time. So, and the prison looks pretty intact to me, and the prison completely crumbled last time. So, the prison is fine.
So here's the question that's on everyone's mind. Did Dream really escape? Now there's two lead theories pointing to this, and they both kind of say no, but let's just say hypothetically for the sake of argument that he really did just vanish in front of our very eyes and he escaped the literal box that nobody can leave. What evidence points to that? Well, in my eyes, there's three pieces of evidence. The first being that the server is starting to implement Ender Pearl travel more and more, as Techno and Ranboo used it after burning a woodland mansion, and Dream could have had someone on the outside with a trapdoor system just waiting to warp him out. But personally, I just think it was all for effect, man. It was like, I don't know. The second piece of evidence is the nether portal mentioned earlier. As I mentioned before, Ranboo, when he was visiting the prison, got warped to the wrong portal. If Dream truly escaped, then this nether portal could have been placed in advance as a way of escaping without a trace. The final piece of evidence is that Ranboo seems to remember the event, and this is shown when he talks about the walls of the prison falling. But looking at the actual landscape, everything seems fine.
No, the prison doors crumbled down last time. So, and the prison looks pretty intact to me, and the prison completely crumbled last time. So, the prison is fine.
But given how hysterical Ranboo is about the current situation, not even he knows if Dream escaped. And yeah, those are pretty weak pieces of evidence, which is why I don't believe that theory, but that's why the first two theories are that he actually did not escape. So let's talk about those a little more. The first of these no theories just states that he outright didn't escape. This theory states that he's still locked in prison despite what he did or did not do to Ranboo. Some people believe that all this was in fact a dream. Now a lot of people posit that since this was all a dream, none of this actually happened. And it's just Ranboo's trauma manifesting itself in his streams as he tries to actually work up the courage to visit him. But this was very literally just disproven by the stream that I mentioned earlier, in which Sam has the books. So the second theory is that this is all real and not the vanishing act or whatever, but this theory just states that he hasn't escaped yet. But he's getting there. We all know that Ranboo gets stressed very easily, and stress does some bad things to him. Dream stressing him out could have caused him to disappear from Ranboo's vision as he starts reeling, and it could be inferred that instead of dying, Ranboo just blacked out instead. This leaves Dream to do whatever he wants with Ranboo, and some believe that Dream possessed him. However, there's something we need to keep in mind. Since Sam is the sole warden of the prison, he would have to see Dream from time to time. And Dream mentions in Bad's dream that Sam has to come and replace Dream's items manually and feed him potatoes as well. Therefore, it's reasonable to assume that at least right now he sees Dreams multiple times a day.
Well, I'll have it soon. He checks on me often, so when he comes to give me potatoes, then he'll do it. He said he's making a system soon though to drop the potatoes down here, so then he won't have to come in here anymore. But
Oh no, you should try and keep him to not do that.
With this in mind, Sam has either completely automated the prison and has no reason to see Dream, or he still sees him multiple times a day. But Sam would most likely still see Dream multiple times a day because it's his job to make sure he stays in prison. So in theory, at least Dream's physical body is there. Maybe even his mental body, as he probably talks to Sam from time to time. But this doesn't really change anything, as he may have done something to control Ranboo from even inside the prison. Or he may possess him at this very moment without Ranboo even realizing it. So, what did you guys think? Like the last video, I really appreciate comments, whether they're favorable or critical, and I do read all comments in case you haven't noticed, so leave any thoughts in the comments below, and let me know if you liked or disliked the video. A like would go a long way, but if you dislike the video and you don't really want to leave a comment, then feel free to hit the dislike button. It'll also let me know that I need to work on some stuff. And you're lucky, because as of right now, I have no idea how to use analytics, so you guys escaped this time. But if you like what you see, subscribing would help me a ton, and it would go a long way to keep me motivated to making videos. Anyways, that's it. Yeah, see you soon, I guess. I don't know how to outro. bye. Just bye, man. Bye. Bye, bye.